Hello and welcome to this business reflection planning workshop. This week in the news, I saw that Elon Musk had lost $24 billion overnight because Tesla reported their third quarter results, which led to quite a drop in shares, 9% in fact. And it got me really thinking that none of us really know what's going to happen in the economy. None of us really know how things are going to unfold. There is uncertainty regardless of what is happening. But what's fundamental to your success is being grounded in clarity, focus, and conscious action taking towards your goals. So if you've been feeling a little bit unsure lately and you just want to sit down, reflect, review, refocus, maybe just reset things for yourself, then this is the place to be. And likewise, if you're setting goals for the next 12 months, and you want to look ahead in your business and plan your roadmap, then this is going to give you the space and place to reflect, give you insights on your current business, and focus on any course corrections that you might need to take as well. So let's begin. The first part of this workshop is to reflect. We can't really look at where we're going until we've seen where we've been, to look at where we've come from. So over the last 12 months, I want you to look into what your biggest challenges or setbacks were. Just write them down and just reflect on those. I want you to look at who your best clients were and why. Did you have any challenging clients? What were your most profitable services or offers? And what have been your best performing marketing initiatives? Have a look at what activities you worked on that created results and what the most draining activities were. You know the 80-20 rule. I'm not going to repeat that because everyone's heard of it. But that rule says that 80% of our results usually come from 20% of the activities that we've been working on. So if you can take the time to really reflect on what those activities were going forwards, we can try and work on more of the highly leveraged activities. And just have a look at what your best moments were, your worst moments, and anything else that you want to reflect on. So I hope those prompts are going to help you reflect. Now, the next stage is to look at a review. Review is really essential to evaluation, and that's essential to progress. So let's recap. What is your vision? And if you don't have that clearly articulated, now's a good time to review what you've been working on, what you've been doing, and what's coming next. So write down your vision. Another thing that I like to do is to also look at your top 3 to 6 core values. What are the things that are most important to you or your brand? And have a look at how the decisions that you've made and how the things that you've chosen to focus on are aligned with those core values. Now I want you to start thinking about looking forwards. There's a reason that the rearview mirror is smaller than the windscreen. We spend a little bit of time looking in the rearview mirror. Now I want us to start looking forwards through the windscreen. And this really is about creating simplicity and focusing on what really matters. So let's start at the top. What are your revenue and profit goals for the next year? One thing that I like to do with my private clients is to take your total revenue goal and break that down, because there are only 3 ways to grow any business. We can get new clients, we can sell more to our existing clients, and we can raise our prices. So that's one way that you can break down your revenue goal. Another way is to also break that down according to the services and the offers that you are going to be selling. Now, with that revenue goal in mind and your profit goal in mind, I want you to think about what the 5 to 7 key numbers are that you should be monitoring to know whether or not you're on track for your goals or not. And these are the 5 to 7 numbers that I want you to be monitoring with an eagle eye. Every week or every month, have a dashboard where you're looking at those numbers. If you fly an airplane from London to New York, there's a 1 in 60 rule. I think that for every 60 miles, if you go off course, you'll end up in a completely different state. So we have to track these numbers. We have to look at the dials on the dashboard so that we can see if we're on track and if we're heading in the right direction to the right destination. This is something that I do with my private clients. We build a KPI dashboard because I also want you to be making decisions based on data. Then here's another little final thing is I want you to think about what you really want. You as the business owner, what do you want out of your business? Because we often do all this business planning, but we lose sight of what we want for our lives. And I want you to create a business that loves you back. So I really want you to think about what you want. Do you want more time? Do you want more freedom? Do you want to create financial independence? Sell your business? It's really important for you to think about what you really want. Now, moving on to the last section of the workshop, we're going to refocus. I think the most famous phrase in business was from Michael Gerber. He said, work on it, not just in it. And I remember I used to have business coaches that said that to me, just work on the business, not in the business. And sometimes I used to get hella frustrated because I didn't really know what that meant, because there's day-to-day things that take up your attention. There are day-to-day things that you have to get done. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of insight and a tool that's going to help you to work on the business, not just in it. Now, I believe that there are 7 forces of business mastery, or pillars to every business. When I work with my private clients, we call them impact areas. They each require constant and never-ending adjustments to move the business forward. Now, I want you to look at what your impact areas are. I haven't listed the ones that I typically use. I've put in some examples here, but it's going to be specific to you depending on what stage of business you're in and what your goals are. So write down your 3 to 7 impact areas. And then what I want you to do is I want you to look at what needs to happen in each of these impact areas in order for you to achieve your goals. So in financial and legal planning, do you need to update your terms and conditions? Do you need to maybe change your payment terms with customers? Do you need to maybe create a financial system to help you manage cash flow? What things need to happen under that pillar? Marketing and sales. Do you know exactly where your next client is coming from? Do you have a sales playbook? What things need to happen under marketing and sales to achieve your goals? Now, I could go on, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just want you to really put some thinking time into this. Once you've defined your impact areas and you've decided on what things need to happen, here's what I want you to remember. Winning happens an inch at a time. And if you try to do all the things all at once, you're just going to get into overwhelm. So I want you to focus on incremental improvements. And the way that you can do that is to start by scheduling a 1-hour impact meeting with yourself. So every week, there's a 1-hour impact meeting, and you'll start at the top. You'll start with your first impact area, and you'll work on 1, 2, 3 little things or one bigger thing in that hour towards that impact area. Next week, you'll move on to the next one. The week after that, the next one, then you'll come all the way back to the beginning. Incremental improvements. Inch by inch, getting closer to your goals. Now, it sounds really small, but my clients in my coaching program tell me as soon as they start the impact meetings that they see incredible improvements in their businesses. Once you've done that reflection, I want you to still have a think about why those goals are important. Why is it important for you to achieve this goal that you've set? And what is the impact, and who will it impact if you don't achieve that goal? I'm a big believer in self-fulfilling prophecy, so I don't want you to spend too much time here, but we are motivated by pain and pleasure. So I want you to think about how it would feel if you're still in the same place in 12 months' time, because that might give you the drive and the motivation to leave this workshop and go schedule your impact meetings. Now, another thing is when we have a big goal and it's set over 12 months, our brains can't quite handle that much information. So I want you to break that big goal down into rocks. And you need to spend a little bit of time chunking up the goal into quarters. I like working in quarters. I think it's a great time frame. So you're going to Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Just have it loosely mapped out, because we've gone from 30,000 feet down to the quarter level, and now we're going to take the first quarter that's in front of you and start taking stock of what needs to happen this month, what needs to happen this week, and you're going to look at what resources you have, what resources you need to get your plan moving forwards, get some momentum and get some traction towards these goals. So get resourceful. Now, before I close out, I just want to share with you that we can't manage what we don't measure. So I did put some emphasis on the KPIs and that dashboard that I mentioned, but every month I want you to put in the calendar just 30 minutes to do a mini monthly reflection. What went well? What didn't go well? What didn't get done? What are the top issues, challenges or obstacles that might affect your impact areas or might affect you achieving your goals? What do you need to focus on first? And what's your core focus for next month? And then please update your KPI dashboard. So that's it from me. I hope that this business workshop is going to give you a bit of a boost and help you to plan what's coming next in your business. And I wish you all the success that you deserve.